Hey YouTube, it's the Patriotic Rottweiler, back with my latest project that I just did. As many of you know, I have some cows here in Florida. They're not actually my cows, they're a buddy of mine's cows, but we have them here at our property. And I was been looking online for field harrows or drags, and I've seen a lot of people just making their own out of semi tires, and that's a heck of a lot cheaper than buying a $500 drag that I would probably get. So I went down to a local commercial tire shop, and they normally service semis and very big vehicles like that, and I talked to them and they gave me 5 tires like I asked for. And so I'll get a little bit closer view here. So I got those tires. They gave them to me for free because all it does is help them out. And I bolted them together. So as you can see, I got 5. Then I got 7 1/2-inch grade 8 bolts, and they're 3.5 inches long, with lock washers and flat washers and even extra larger size flat washers. And I bolted them all together. So the front 2 are bolted that way. This one is bolted to that. That one's bolted to that. The center one is bolted to here, there, there, and here. So this center one has actually 4 bolts going to it. And I'll try to get a shot inside. It's hard to see in there. I don't know if I'll be able to. There it is. So the bolt goes through, and it was a hell of a thing to try to drill through these. The tread depth is about 1 inch, and so I had to step from a 1/4 inch bit to a 3/8 to a 1/2 inch to up to a 5/8. Then I'd use an impact to run the bolt through the hole, through the sidewall, or through the tread area. And after I got it impacted through both tires, then I had enough space on the other side, on the thread side, to go ahead and put the other flat washers and lock washer and the nut on the other side. So a lot of times you see this where people use them and they will actually drag them behind the tractor, hence the term field drag. Well, and that's fine, and I can still do that with these tires, but what I really wanted to do is utilize my forks on the bucket. And since I have 4-wheel drive on my Kubota, the forks line up perfectly with the front 2 holes in the front 2 tires. So the forks will actually stab through right under that lip, the top lip, not all the way to the ground, but just through the opening. And I can use the forks and push this thing instead of dragging it. And I actually kind of like that better because of the fact that you can adjust the angle. Just move your forks a little bit, you can adjust that height. Hell, you can lift them completely off the ground and then set them back down and continue on with whatever you're doing. So I used it a little bit yesterday. It was a little dry, so that is one of the problems if you're doing a push, or I guess even the drag. It's gonna be dusty if you're doing it. So today we got just a little bit of rain, not near enough, but a little bit. And so today would be a better day to do it. And yesterday it worked great. I was super happy with how it turned out. I've planned to maybe even add some metal framing on top of the tires, and that way I could just slide the forks into a metal framing and just pick up and go that way without having to attach anything or anything. Now, like I said, right now I just stab the forks through those front 2 tires, and I'll do a quick demonstration of that. And I'm pretty happy with how it's working now. I can turn, I can lift, I can do everything. As long as I have 4-wheel drive, as long as you have 4-wheel drive, then you'd be fine. So let me try to do a quick demonstration of how it will work. So as you can see how the forks are, they're caught in those front two tires, and not all the way to the ground, just inside the tire, and that provides enough stabilization where, I mean, I can turn, I can lift, you can't back up, of course, but if you did want to back up, all you'd have to do is just lift up the whole tire assembly and back up if you had to. So anyway, that is my latest project, and for now I like how it's working, and I think I'm going to stick with this for a while. Of course, if anything goes bad with the tires, no big deal. I went ahead and you know, I could just go get more. They were free. The tires that I am using is a 295 75 R 22.5. So that's 295 75 R 22.5. Those will be in the description. Like I said, the brand doesn't matter. I did want them all the same. That way, when I was bolting them together, they would be somewhat, you know, somewhat similar. And I was able to get a drill in there, impact and wrenches and sockets and all that. So it wasn't that much of a difficult project. Like I said, the hardest part is getting those the holes drilled for it. So if you have any comments or questions or any of that, just post them down in the comment section below. I'll put some of the information in the description section below the video. And if you want to, check out some of my other videos and let me know what you think. All right.